would like to see this passed. I do believe there's gonna be a more economical impact than what you're believing there is. And for the simple fact of, right now I can tell you that TransCanada, Enbridge, all those oil companies that are out in the far reaches of Cushing city limits, they have 30 minutes for lunch. By the time they get finished with their jobs, drive the 5-mile-an-hour speed limit across their fields, get into their vehicles, and come to town, they've already wasted 20 minutes. They still have to order in a crowded restaurant and then get their food, eat, and drive back out in 30 minutes. It's not happening. They're losing money because they're not making it back in their allotted time. When I first became a food truck and wanted to start doing this, I wanted to go into and repay back the oil fields. That's where I grew up at. My father worked for Sun Oil, retired with them, and I grew up in that generation, that area. So I want to be able to go back and support them. It's harder than it seems. But I don't mean to take up too much time, just to touch on a few points.
Can you come up a little bit closer to the microphone?
Sorry, you bet. We do pay taxes, and we'll pay the fees. Like I said, I've been doing this for 3 years. I go out to Rick Sellers and set up, this will be my third 4th of July for his 4th of July bash. He does not charge us a fee to go out there and set up. It's just whatever we make. But the fees that I do pay, I pay taxes just like any other business would. I am a registered member with the state of Oklahoma. I have to have all my own fees. I have to have all the own licensings, just like a restaurant does. I get inspected by the health inspectors, just like restaurants do. I have all the same issues in that state, in that point, that a restaurant does. But now I don't have an air-conditioned place for you to come in and sit down, a place for you to come in and sit down and get out of the rain, or the heat, or anything else. So if you have a family and you're wanting to go eat somewhere, you're not going to come to a food truck because your kids are out, they've been playing, they're hot. You want a cold place to sit down in the summer, you want a warm place to sit down during the winter, you're not going to come to a food truck. Most of them are lunch generated. Tulsa has 2 different trucks days. One's Guthrie Greens and the other one is Eat on Boston. Both of those are doing extremely well. It is very hard to get into that rotation for the trucks because there is so many of them, and they do very well. They do have certain rules. If you miss a day that you're supposed to be there, you're automatically out, the next truck comes in. That's one thing. So you have to be up on what you're doing. If you fail an inspection, you're out, and the next truck comes in. There's several things like this. One of the other things a food truck has to do is you have to be the best at what you do. If I come into Cushing and I do not serve good food, better food than what would normally be served, I have to do it better and faster because I do not have the amenities of a restaurant to come in and sit down. I have to be that best person out there. If I'm not, anybody that's owned a business will tell you one good review means nothing. One bad review means 10 people just got told you're not good. So I have to be better at everything that I do. I'm not saying that I'm better than Mr. McKenzie because I'm not. I love his food. We used to go over there every week. I haven't been able to do it here lately. And we'd eat breakfast. Love it. When Casey's place was in town, we'd still come to Cushing. But, I'm not here to give competition. I'm here to relieve some of the stress that the citizens of Cushing are having, the ones that can't make it into town. the CSI, the alumni, they want food trucks. If they think they're gonna have enough people to come in, then that's great. Some people just wanna grab something small, and not necessarily my case, but, they wanna grab something and walk around to whatever's happening in town. They wanna stay with the event. They won't have to get in their cars, drive all the way across town, go sit and eat, and then come back to the event, maybe find a parking spot. You know, I'm just here to alleviate some issues. I don't want to take business away from anybody. That's not my goal. I'm just here trying to make a little bit of money when I can. I would like to start something every week, and that would be to set up at the far end of town. Out there next to the oil fields, where there is no restaurants at all. There's nothing out there that I know of. It's close to Lions Park, because that's where I'd like to go. For all those people out there. But that's not this meeting, that's something else, if it can happen. But I don't want to take business away from anybody else. But I do want to let you know that we do pay a lot of taxes. We do pay, we may not pay electricity, but we have to buy gas for our generators. We have to buy gas for our vehicles. We have to buy food. We have to pay the city taxes. We have to do all things. So about the only thing we're not doing is pay electricity.
And so, what you're saying is what I've seen in Stillwater, that's I have one other place I've seen food trucks that I've experienced. Most of those vehicles, matter of fact, not most, they're all self-contained.
Yes, sir.
You know, one issue brought up by Ms. McKenzie was concerned about the use of electricity.
Actually, and I just come across this a couple weekends ago at the steam engine show in Pawnee. The food carts that you see, for instance, at the Tulsa County Fair, that do hot dogs and funnel cakes, thank you. You know, things along that line. They are completely electricity. They require 200 amps of electricity. So my trailer is self-contained, but I do hamburgers and hot dogs and Frito chili pies. I do all sorts of just comfort style foods. So I run off a lot of propane, and the only thing electric I have is my refrigeration and my lights. That's it. So there's both styles of trailers. And if you want to have big events, for instance, the Barbecue and Blues, it's been going on forever. It seems like I've been going to it since it started. If you wanted a festival style food where you're going to have funnel cakes and corn dogs and all those neat festival foods, you may have to put in bigger electricity. And yes, they do get charged, and we get charged quite a bit most of the time. I love coming to events like Rick Sellers, where I'm not charged, because that's all that money it goes to everybody else who does. When you charge me to come out there, it's a crapshoot. Every time I hook up and go somewhere, I don't know if I'm going to make any money. It may be the biggest bomb in the world, because, well, for instance, last weekend I was at Will on the Hill, which is Will Rogers Museum in Claremont. They are expecting, I was told they were expecting 3,000 people. I think we had 5 people. I drove 2 hours to Claremont and got a total of 5 people to come to my window. So, it's just a crapshoot. Wherever you go, whatever you do, there's established restaurants that people are going to frequent. I'm a creature of habit. Ask my wife, I do everything the same, all the time. If I find someplace I like to eat, that's where I'm going. If I can't make it there, I might try something else, but normally I'll go. So people are creatures of habit. And getting them to do things different is kind of a pain, which is the reason for the big flashy trailers. You want them to see you. You want them to come to you. But they're still going to frequent their normal places. So, I hope that answered your question.
You know, Anybody else have any questions?